The world watches with bated breath as two titans clash. The stakes are monumental, and the implications are far-reaching. The United States and China, the world's two largest economies, are locked in a trade war of unprecedented scale. This conflict is not just about numbers on a balance sheet, it's about the future of global leadership. This is not just a battle over tariffs and trade deficits. It's a multifaceted struggle that encompasses economic policies, national security, and even cultural influence. It's a struggle for global economic dominance, technological supremacy, and strategic influence. Both nations are vying to set the standards for the next generation of technology, from 5G networks to artificial intelligence. The stakes couldn't be higher. The decisions made in boardrooms and government offices today will reverberate through the global economy for years to come. The outcome of this conflict will reshape global supply chains, redefine international trade rules, and determine the balance of power for decades to come. Companies around the world are already feeling the pressure to adapt to this new reality. From smartphones to soybeans, from artificial intelligence to renewable energy, the ripple effects of this trade war are being felt in every corner of the global economy. Industries are being forced to innovate and find new ways to stay competitive. The ripple effects of this trade war are being felt in every corner of the global economy. Stock markets fluctuate with every new development, and businesses are rethinking their strategies to mitigate risks. The current trade war, however, is not an isolated event. It is the latest chapter in a long history of economic and political tensions between the two nations. It represents a fundamental shift in the US-China relationship, one characterized by growing competition and mistrust. Diplomatic efforts have been strained, and alliances are being tested. Understanding the roots of this conflict is crucial for navigating the turbulent waters of the 21st century global economy. As we look back at past trade disputes and agreements, we can gain insights into the complexities of the current situation. Experts and policymakers are working tirelessly to find solutions, but the path forward is fraught with challenges. The world is watching, and the outcome of this trade war will shape the future of international relations and economic policies. As we move forward, the lessons learned from this trade war will be invaluable. They will inform how nations interact, how businesses operate, and how we navigate the complexities of a globalized world. The stakes are high, and the world is watching closely. The seeds of the trade war were sown decades ago in the intricate dance of diplomacy and economic strategy between the United States and China. As China's economy opened up, it became the world's factory, churning out a vast array of goods at low costs. This transformation was driven by a combination of government policies, foreign investments, and an abundant labor force willing to work for lower wages. This led to a surge in Chinese exports and a ballooning trade deficit with the United States. Year after year, the gap widened, with the US importing far more from China than it exported. This imbalance became a point of contention, sparking debates and concerns among American policymakers and economists. American manufacturers felt the pressure. Factories that once thrived in the heartland of America began to shutter their doors. The hum of machinery was replaced by silence, and the bustling activity of production lines came to a halt. Jobs were lost, and entire industries struggled to compete with cheaper Chinese imports. The ripple effects were felt across communities, leading to economic downturns in regions heavily dependent on manufacturing. This fueled resentment and accusations of unfair trade practices, including intellectual property theft and currency manipulation. American workers and businesses felt they were playing on an uneven field, with China gaining an unfair advantage through various means. The Trump administration took a confrontational approach, slapping tariffs on billions of dollars worth of Chinese goods. This move was intended to level the playing field and protect American industries from what was perceived as predatory practices by China. The goal was to force China to change its ways and reduce the trade deficit. Negotiations were tense, with both sides standing firm on their positions, leading to a series of retaliatory measures that escalated the trade conflict. The Biden administration, while taking a less aggressive tone, has largely maintained these tariffs, signaling a continuation of the trade war. The approach may have softened, but the underlying issues remain unresolved, indicating that the path to a balanced trade relationship is still fraught with challenges and complexities. China holds a trump card in this economic war: its dominance in critical minerals. These minerals, such as rare earths, lithium and cobalt, are essential for a wide range of technologies, from smartphones and electric vehicles to wind turbines and fighter jets. China controls a significant portion of global production and processing of these minerals. Recognizing their strategic importance, China has shown a willingness to leverage this control for geopolitical advantage. This has raised alarms in the West, particularly in the United States. The export bans on gallium and germanium, crucial for semiconductors and other high-tech applications, are a case in point. This move sent shockwaves through global supply chains, highlighting the vulnerability of relying on a single country for such vital resources. The race for technological supremacy. The trade war is also playing out on the battleground of technology. Both the US and China see technological dominance as key to economic and military power in the 21st century. This has led to a fierce competition in areas like artificial intelligence, 5G wireless technology, and quantum computing. The US has imposed export controls on advanced computer chips, seeking to restrict China's access to technology that could be used for military purposes. These controls have hampered China's ambitions to become a leader in artificial intelligence and supercomputing. This technological rivalry is further fueled by concerns over national security. The US fears that China's technological advances, coupled with its authoritarian system, could pose a threat to democratic values and global stability. Energy entanglement, a new front in the trade war. The energy sector has emerged as another front in the US-China trade war. This conflict is not just about tariffs and trade deficits anymore. It has extended into the realm of energy, which is crucial for both nations' economic and strategic interests. The global energy landscape is undergoing a dramatic transformation, driven by the rise of renewable energy and the need to reduce carbon emissions. Countries around the world are investing heavily in solar, wind, and hydroelectric power to transition away from fossil fuels and combat climate change. The US, once a major importer of energy, has become a leading producer of oil and natural gas, thanks to the shale revolution. This boom in domestic energy production has not only made the US more energy independent but also turned it into a significant exporter of energy resources. China, on the other hand, is heavily dependent on energy imports, particularly oil and liquefied natural gas, or LNG. As the world's largest energy consumer, China's energy needs are vast and growing, making it vulnerable to disruptions in global energy supplies. The trade war has disrupted energy flows between the two countries. Tariffs and trade barriers have complicated the logistics of energy trade, affecting everything from oil shipments to LNG deliveries. China imposed tariffs on US LNG imports, while the US has sought to limit Chinese investment in its energy sector. These measures have strained the energy relationship between the two nations, leading to increased tensions and uncertainty in the market. This has led to greater volatility in global energy markets and complicated efforts to address climate change. The uncertainty in energy trade has made it difficult for both countries to plan long-term energy strategies, impacting everything from investment in renewable energy projects to international climate agreements. As the trade war continues, the energy sector remains a critical battleground. Both the US and China are seeking to secure their energy futures while navigating the complexities of international trade and environmental responsibility. The outcome of this energy entanglement will have far-reaching implications for the global economy and the planet's climate.